those stairs that Rexen can focus for the most part entirely on this construction play. And on top of this, I mean, we're down to 30 seconds, and you can see here the Soniqs have now reached a time point where Super can just burn out the remaining time with those toxic babes. One's going to go away, they'll throw one more in, but Shael is able to make the transition in the meanwhile. He's going to play through the smoke, and Super cannot hold. He's not expecting the play to come through, yet he does exchange that back out against Harper. And as we come down to the last 15 seconds, Sandbox need to make some forward push. Static nearly taking out his teammate there, but another one-for-one exchange goes out. Shael also down on top of that one, but Static with an important pick against Rexen. Static forced into the site though, and there's just no time left, so the Soniqs hold on quite easily and take control of the opening round tower, but he's abandoned that. However, he can still make some big impact as he's going to be roaming up through Yellow Hall right now and can creep right up behind Static's position if he's not careful and not watching out for it. Shael starts things out well for the team, but in comes that flank from Yeti as he shuts down Static. Plant still going off without too much of an issue though, as Shael picks up a second now against Kansan also, and the plant goes down seemingly without much issue here for Sandbox. They take it, however, Yeti from down below on top of Super, suddenly it's flipped on its head as Nova's suddenly the only one left for Sandbox, trying to fight in a 1v3 here. Has a good pre-fire to catch Super as soon as he runs out, but the next two gonna be tough. Soniqs looking to use this time bank as well. They still have plenty of it, 25 seconds remaining, so they will certainly get the counter defuse and a second round to top it off. It's where he is right now, so we'll follow that up in a few moments here. Shael taking a massive amount of damage, but they do manage to knock out Yeti. Kansan though finishes off onto Envy, and now we're gonna see Harper move in here trying to shut down the rest of this team. Unfortunately, he's the only one left, but at the same time, Soniqs only have two, but that's not gonna matter as Grixer has no problem shutting down those two players and putting a third consecutive round on the board for the North American roster. Super gonna start dumping the gas as well here since we've reached the time point where he can do so. There will be about 20 seconds remaining by the time it goes out, but so far the defense actually evenly traded. Super with an important pick though, and it stays even as Harper gets himself a second for the Sandbox roster, putting it into a 3v3. Envy Taylor incredibly low and now down with another teammate. He's the only one left, in fact, as Yeti finds 2 additional kills for a double on the round. Envy with some control in from construction, but that is it. And with only 15 seconds left, he does have case control, yes, but this 1v3 is going to be so tough to try and win out here. It's the skeleton key opening on the site, just looking for any type of swing or safe path, but it's not going to happen. He's going to sit this one out, just pad the stats a bit, avoid an extra death, and give another round over to the Soniqs. Frag grenade over towards Kansan, but actually Kansan feels the confidence just stand around there. That's going to be a big mistake from him, as Envy Taylor does have piercing through the wall now and is able to just shoot through it to take him out. Another nade chucked in. That's going to be a swing and a miss though, but we've got even more frag grenades lined up here. One will be chucked in. Actually, Static doing a little bit of self-damage on that one and not really able to return a whole lot, but either way, they've been able to get the player advantage here into a 4v3, and are now going to use the Gemini clone to burn out the laser gate, be able to push themselves into the site. Grixer ready to fend off that challenge, not only from White Stairs, but back to White Stairs a second time after he kills the big window player. Soniqs with no problem whatsoever, fending off that attack.
Has the frag grenade, but won't catch Yeti off guard as he's too quick to the movement as he moves back into the shower.
Actually just behind the shield, and that might have saved his life a little bit there too in terms of the HP being reduced. So nice moves from Yeti, being able to mitigate that one there. Oh, the Nitro, and they get 2 from it as well, so we're even, but the responses come in because they didn't clear the top side, and we go right back to the point you mentioned at the beginning of the round, where how they weren't going to be able to clear that out. They didn't have much of hope of winning this way in, but the drones now seeking themselves forward here, providing a lot of intel, and that specific one, the Twitch drone, the capability to take out some utility. Envy Taylor in a great position though to fend off the initial freezer push. Toxic Babe's going to go in to block that off as well. They might just need to pull a lateral here and move away from that. Super has gone in all in his lonesome. Kansan forces the issue past the smoke and is going to swing the site. Great pre-fire on to Nova, and Grixer picks one up from the other side as well. They're not done fighting just yet. Shael down, and the seconds out. It's a perfect map from the Soniqs as they take it 7-0 versus Sandbox.
I mean, just picked to pieces. That's all I have to say about that one. A flawless victory from the Soniqs.
Early kills there. Harper specifically might be able to do that with his position just inside of Statue.
Just positioning-wise, it almost feels like they're playing Coastline with the way that they're doing this right now. Maybe like one person towards the site, and that's about it. Try and hold space across the entirety of everything else. Sandbox actually going to strike first and strike well. Going to take down 2 members, but Rexen has so many bullets still inside of this LMG. He'll get taken down from another space instead. Grixer will fire back onto Shael. Harper will be able to clean up that, and that's been the greatest start that we've seen from Sandbox this entire series.
You can see here Nova now going to be next up on deck as the Soniqs do realize the site is relatively weak, so they're going to try to force the issue there a little bit. Grixer already on the inside of Gunvault here, but he does need to be cautious of the re-rotates coming back in from the north side now. Static going to take a huge amount of damage, as does Harper. Harper goes down outright, and Static's nearly knocked out as well. Sidearm here for Grixer as he's trying to hunt down that last shot needed on his Static, but no, he gets it instead, putting us into a 1v2. It's Super for the clutch here on the Soniqs to keep the record flawless, but it won't happen. Nova gets it done for Sandbox, and they are finally on the board here in map number 2. Do not yield many results here. 25 seconds remaining, so time is going to get a little bit low. We can see the Sandbox members trying to play from an outside perspective here, hoping to catch a large majority of the members of the Sonics at range, but someone's just driven a wedge in against them, and Static is none the wiser to it. It's a triple kill for Rexen on this round, as Harper, now the only one left, going to try to sneak back in over here through the kitchen, but he's already been spotted. Out some good damage onto Kansas, but he's got 3 different players with POVs onto him right now. This is going to be tough to work his way back in. The plant was about to go down, but it wasn't even needed as Rexen cleans up shop against the last member of Sandbox.
Here made a line for Super as he'll be manning this for the time being. He's going to lose a lot of his life as nobody's watching the master door and Static starts to try and swing in. Super will actually end up losing his life, or at least get down by the torch line that we saw on the master wall. Sandbox doing a bang-up job of holding on to this for the time being.
Super ends up getting very, very low, but now the responses begin to come in for the Sonics. They need to come in quickly here as they are running out of time. Shael with the most recent find here against the push from the Sonics. They'll be able to swing over to the inside. Shael continues to find impact here, and unfortunately Sonics, just with nowhere near enough of a clear and certainly not enough positioning, they will fail to even get close to the site, and it'll be a nice hold from Sandbox to pick up their own second round. Stairs and deeper in the site.
Not prepared for the swing, and Sandbox with the major adjustments. They play off of the extension, immediately fall back, and well, now we're faced with this. 2 bodies down for the Sonics. Grix are the only one inside of Study, simply for the counter angle here for the Sonics overall. Super currently up on the roof. He's trying to find a place to get into the site, and he needs to do it now. 15 seconds remain. They need this case to go down somewhere. Grixer looking for some bodies over inside of the space. Kansan's working his way in as well. He'll find NV Taylor actually over on Bookshelf, but now he's very low HP. Not able to land his shots either. A Static will take control of this space. Kansan may be able to get one, but with the LMG, not able to find the rest. Super might be able to get off, but no, he won't. Harper will be able to clean both of them up. Very well done from Sandbox. Obviously not able to get anything done. I believe it was a frag grenade there, not exactly an impact, and oh no, this is where a 100-round drum can really deal some serious damage. Rexen will be able to take down 2, Yeti with 1, and now Sandbox bleeding. They need to be able to stop this from going on. Static moving forward. The M590 will knock Yeti's lights out as they're trying to hold on to the site.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Static still actually has a pretty workable position right here. Shael as well with a good find against Grixer when he tries to work himself up the Astro stairs here. Shael actually nearly getting caught as he transitions back over to a shield position to fend off the play, but Kansan now catching Static before he can take anyone else out, and Shael as well down to just a tiny bit of HP. They've caught his transition into the connector. They'll read into his repeak back out here in a trophy. Every move he makes will be instantly telegraphed by the Sonics, and there you go. Rexen shuts it all down, and the Sonics bounce back to a 3-3 scoreline here at halftime. In a second here, as nope, they have no idea. They're priming nades for the shot from below. It's free real estate for Yeti as he takes out Nova. The response will come in, but Yeti's in a new position and no one's re-droned this, so they have to be very cautious even about this swing right here. Yeti just solid as a rock, and there we go. A second up on the board for him as well. Now he can even take a duel versus the front door, and that would drop the case onto the ground. It doesn't even matter. He's the only player left at this point here as Grixer has fended off everyone else.
Yeah, Sonics, do me a big favor. Please just stop putting your face in things. That's the scariest thing as of right now, is this ARX doesn't have to hit you in the head. It deals some very serious damage to the body. And another shot here, as this is going to be winnable, but he doesn't check the stairwell. Luckily enough here for Rex, and it was going to be a double up on the master staircase.
We've also already seen the elimination of the Mavericks, so they cannot get that open. Harper in the process of trying to lurk himself back around. They're going to try to go for this pinch over here onto Astro, and specifically onto the player inside of it. But Grixer fending off the first already, and Super, he's got the M590 in a close range fight. You guys know how that one's going to go as Sonics pull off an excellent rebound after falling behind at the beginning of the round to pick up one for themselves.
Tries to get some shots onto Static, and he'll land the initial bullet, but it won't hit him in the head. Looking for that headshot the next time around. He's going to re-challenge, and he'll find it. Just knocks the head off him, lops it off, and now into the 2 versus 4 for Sandbox.
Shael as well as Harper, the last 2 standing here for the squad, and Yeti in position already to fend off any rotation that might come back down over through these Astro stairs. Rexen in position to fend off that pressure as well, but it's not even going to be needed. Yeti's position is perfect and immediately shuts down Shael. And as we see for Harper, he's also going to get distracted as Rexen is allowed to push up through the red carpet hallway and shut that one down as well. Extended play to continue outwards here. But honestly, they're scared, it looks like, once again, almost like we were starting to see back on Oregon a little bit. They're scared of the possibility that, well, yeah, they don't really need to move out here. They might do it anyway. And just like I was saying for NV Taylor, yeah, the glass, it was a great idea in theory, but they needed to hit their shots for it to happen, and now Kansas up to a triple kill on this round, 2 from the SMG-11. A quick switch over to the M590 to knock another player by the window, and just like that, man, Nova won't even be allowed in the building. Shut the door, we are closed, and we are done with this series as the Sonics dominate against Sandbox to give them a 2-0 victory. Only 3 rounds gained by Sandbox over the course of these 3 maps.